Hello guys, welcome back to another video. I'll give you my reaction after that game. First of all, I have to say the refereeing decisions tonight were appalling. First goal, it was never a goal in a million years. It didn't cross the line. It almost didn't cross the line as much as Suarez did when he bit a player. It almost didn't cross the line quicker than Nathan Jones losing his job to Stoke. It never crossed the line in a million years. Nah. The refereeing throughout the game was poor. Yes, we know Agus Gunn made a poor decision and fouled the player. He didn't get the ball whatsoever. But the third goal shouldn't have stood because Watford already handballed it before they even scored the third. And really, Stoke made it so hard for themselves. They made it very difficult. Poor defending from start to finish. Sutar made a right mess of it. Agus Gunn made a right mess of it. In my opinion, he could have saved the third goal from going in. He really could have saved it. It was a poor decision by him. And obviously, if I was the manager, I'd be furious with the ref and the team. Because we were, first 10 minutes, we had it under control. First 10, 20 minutes. And then after 23 minutes, you give that as a goal. It's not a goal. Because Gunn, he got rugby tackled. It's blooming football, it ain't rugby. You can't just go, oh, I'll just run him over. Basically nearly kneecapped him. And no, it's not a foul. Wow, that's poor. And Liner, you should be helping out your ref. Because that was poor. That was very poor indeed. But ultimately, our midfield play, we let them have the ball far too often. We did the same against Rotherham. Didn't punish them enough. Stoke did the same against Watford. I mean, if they did punish them more, I'd say it wouldn't be such a close game. We should have put that beyond to bed in the first half. We could have easily been 3-0 up in the first half or that good. There's positive and negative about that game. Negative was the ref and the defending and the midfield in the final third. Positives, we got some goals. And we were level until we took Nick Powell off. As soon as he went off, I know he's exhausted, but as soon as we took Nick Powell off, it was kryptonite because Jordan Cousins isn't the most creative player, if I'm honest. He's a very central defensive midfielder. You got Okai Boofy that could have played in that number 10 role that Nick Powell likes to play in. You could have had Thompson in the number 10 role and swapped Okai Boofy to centre mid. And Harry Sutar's decision making was poor. And Danny Bart's decision making was poor. Gunn, I thought, hesitated a lot. Tyrese, I thought, was terrific tonight and deserved the goal, but unfortunately didn't get it. James McLean was okay, but I think he can do better. Fletcher was okay, but I think he can do better. I thought he was far too lazy. Nick Powell, in my opinion, was man of the match. He was the best player on the pitch. As soon as he went off, Stoke was screwed. And I mean screwed. And yeah, Watford's best player was everyone really, apart from Ben Foster in their defence, because they nearly scored an own goal. Ben Foster got away with one, and so did their defence. I mean, Watford, they were very poor team to lose against, if I'm honest. Because really, Watford weren't that good. Reading will be a tough game, the next one. I know we're trying to bounce back, but you're playing the league leaders, for goodness sake. You do that against Reading, they will punish you. We will get thrashed if we play like we did against Watford. We will get obliterated. There's no way Reading will not punish you. Because not only have they got a young squad, they are the best attacking team in the league. They're basically like Leeds, but worse. Because yes, we got a point against Reading last season, but that won't be enough against Reading. You have to defend very well against a Reading side that are very well organised. Because Watford, no, they weren't the best, if I'm honest. They weren't. I thought they were rubbish. It was like playing against Rotherham, they were that bad. And there was so much cheating, it's unbelievable. First goal, nope. Definitely not shouldn't have stood. It was a foul. It wasn't over the line. The ref didn't check his linesman. He just checked that other official and basically said straight away goal. That's why we need VAR in the Championship. Because if you get VAR, straight away it's not a goal. And straight away it's a red card. I mean, it should be down to 10 men. It's ridiculous. I mean, I've never seen such a... Well, I tell a lie. We've had a lot of poor refs in our time last season. That's another reason why we nearly got relegated until Michael O'Neill came into the job. I'm still not convinced, really, because yes, we got some 4 wins. But ultimately, if you want mid-table or the playoffs, you've got to win more games. You can't keep losing and then winning, then losing, then winning. Losing, then winning. You can't. That's what fighting from relegation teams do. I mean, we shouldn't even be losing to Watford tonight. They weren't good. First half, we could have been at least 3 or 4 up. Second half, I'll admit, Watford were the better side. They had more of the possession than us. They were better in the final third than us. We got very lucky at times. And defended well against us. I mean, no offence, but why do you bring Vokes on? He offers us nothing. Yes, he's a tall bloke, but by God, even Crouch would play better than him. He's older than Vokes. Because honestly, Vokes is useless. He's no better than Benicophobe. God, we want a young team, not just experience. For God's sake. I mean, why are you keeping Bower at the club if you're never going to play him? Why are you even keeping oh God, Weimer there when you're not going to play him? Why do you sign Chester? He's awful. You have him in defence, you'll get thrashed. You will. I just don't know. 4-2-3-1 is not a good formation for Stoke. Because every time we play that, we play rubbish. Because, no offence, but we play better with blooming wing backs. We do. I mean, when we play wing backs, in my opinion, I think we score more. I mean, I think we play better with 2 up front. Because it's more of a threat. Because Campbell, you are a winger. There's no way you're a striker because you have so much pace. You're not strong. Fletcher, we know he's very strong. Gregory's very strong and fast also. Vokes is strong, but this season he's been awful. He's an injury prone. It's like having a Welsh version of Kane. Absolute rubbish. But the difference is Stoke just don't have that quality. It's going to take time. It's going to take years before we get back to Prem. I mean, if you look at Leeds, it took them 15 years. It won't take us that long, but, you know, we haven't got the quality there. Our defence is so shaky. It's like Man United. It's a similarity, but yeah, we need younger defenders because we're an aging team. We're 30 to upwards. Mikel shouldn't be playing. I mean, he's 30, 34, if not 35, or if not in the 40s. I mean, he shouldn't play. Honestly, that midfield when Allen's not playing, goodness me, you can't blooming get that midfield together. There's only two good midfielders in that blooming team when Joe's not there, Mikel and Powell. Then you look at the front three and think that deadly duo with Stephen Fletcher, Tyrese Campbell, even Jacob Brown, McLean, Vindelin, not Vokes in my opinion. I'm his harshest critic because I don't think he's I think he's past his prime, if I'm honest. I'd get rid of him. Benik Afobe can also go because he's proved us nothing. He's 12 million down the drain. You got Tom Ince also. I think he's 10 million down the drain. But by God, 1 million for Chester. He's not worth it at all. Rubbish. You wasted your money on him. You wasted your money on Ryan Woods, who, by the way, he plays like a blooming woodpecker. Clucas, well, he's started to play like Clueless again. Rubbish. It's like having a ginger version of Pogba. Rubbish. Then you got August Gunn. Well, tonight, it wasn't his best night. He's probably had the worst night of his career. Because obviously we are going to miss Adam Davis terribly. Because August Gunn, in my opinion, he's an accident waiting to happen. He just is. I'll say the same with Bart. He's an accident waiting to happen. Him and Chester together, it's like having the Chuckle Brothers in defence. And yeah, just frustrated me the game did tonight. I mean, you gave a goal. The first goal for Watford shouldn't have counted. Second goal, yeah, it's a definite goal. Poor decision making by Bart and Gunn. And the third goal, for Gunny's sake, it's handball before it even goes in the net. So we should be having a penalty at one point. I mean, I don't agree with cheating. I never have done, because there's one thing I can't stand, and it's cheating. I can't stand it, and I never have done. But you can't keep chucking results away. It's what nearly cost us last season. I mean, Reading, you do that against them, by God, you lose 5 or 6-0. They won't blooming let you do that. Able to do that. You just got to go to a back three again, O'Neill, I'm afraid. You're just going to have to go to a back three. Because I just don't think it's ideal. I liked it when you went to a back three. That's why we won. Because defensively we were better. Because Fox was playing as a centre back, it worked really well. And McLean was a left wing back, which really worked. As soon as you don't use wing backs, Stoke are finished. I'm sorry to say it, but we play better with negative football. Honestly, we do. It's the best to get out with young players and experienced players. Because when you're playing like a back three or a front two, I think we play better. It's just my honest opinion about it all. Because, no offence, Stoke, but play a blooming back three. Even play two up front, three midfielders. I think it's best thing for Stoke. And if you haven't already, subscribe, like, and comment below. And generally, Stoke, you really should have won that. It just wasn't our night. And the ref cost us the game, or defending cost us the game, or final third play cost us the game. And our midfield cost us the game, really. Because you cannot give them the ball. You've got to not be so nice. You've got to be aggressive, passionate. You got to prove, oh, I want to play for this club. I'm not just here for the money. Because tonight, by God, you're playing like you're just here for the money. By God, you're playing like you've had Christmas puddings already. Or even a Christmas dinner. It was awful. It was like Nathan Jones' deja vu. It was almost like Nathan Jones was in charge again. It was like the nightmare before Christmas all over again. Some signings I think have been poor, and some that have been decent but yet to prove it. Stephen Fletcher has been the best signing, as he's just banging them in. Jacob Brown, he's still got a lot to prove, but he can do better. Morgan Fox, I've not been impressed, if I'm honest. I think he's been poor, but he could still improve yet. Who else? James Chester, he's been by far the worst signing the club's ever signed. Oh, who else did we sign? August Gunn. By God, he's a terrible signing. I'm glad it's just a loan. I'd get rid of him. I'd keep Blondie as a number 2, and August Gunn I won't keep. And whoever's another young keeper, I'd have him as the number 3. And once Edwards back from loan, have him as a backup right back. Have Timon as a backup left back. And I just think we need to get some more younger players through, because our squad ain't getting any younger. Because most of them are in the 30s. Powell's in his 20s. Folkes is in his 30s. Gregory's in his 30s. Fletcher's in his 30s. Campbell's in his 20s. Jacob Brown's in his 20s. Venderlin's in his 20s. Okai Booth is in his 20s. Thompson's in his 20s. Bart's 30s. Chester and Shawcross are in their 30s. Lindsay in his 20s. Ince in his 30s, but he plays like he's nearly 50. But really, I don't expect this kind of level performance of Stoke's level. I expect them to do better. I thought they'd be desperate for the Prem, because honestly, if you don't get the Prem in the next 5 years, Joe Allen will leave. You won't be able to keep him. Because I can assure you, he'll go to a better club if you don't get to Premier League before he retires. Because he'll be gone if you don't. Because that's why Jack went. Because we haven't been in the Prem for the last 3 years. Plus, we haven't been the best, really. It's been a total mess. And guess whose fault I'm going to blame? Tony Scholes. Absolute liability. Won't trust him with my club as far as he could throw me. And I partly blame it on the manager as well, because he didn't get his tactics right today. No. He got it completely wrong again. He messed up at the worst possible time. And we just I'll move on from that. But I don't see us beating Reading. They're on fire. I just don't see us beating Reading. We're lucky to get a point. But just have to wait and see. And hopefully we can bounce back from this. Because it was hurtful to watch. But the ref cost us the game. And all our players cost us the game. And thanks for watching. And bye for now.